Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi, weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Before we get the weather part underway, let me just announce a couple of things. First off, tomorrow morning, Sunday morning at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, because remember, clocks go back an hour tonight, I will be doing a live stream on my YouTube channel, which is Joe Cioffi. If you don't know it, it's just head over there, subscribe to it. It's absolutely free. This way you can be part of the chat. There's a chat board there, and you can join in. And plus, you'll get notifications of the daily live streams, which will be really important going through the upcoming winter months. But this is something new that I've started. We're going to be doing this as a regular thing on YouTube on Sunday mornings at 10 in the morning. Grab a cup of coffee, your breakfast, and so on, and we'll do a little live streaming of weather. Also, Patreon members, those of you who are on my weather platform on Patreon, just make sure that your emails are set up to accept Patreon emails, because they may be going into your spam folder, and I'm trying to contact some of you. Just check your spam folder. If you're having trouble getting into your account and you have to reset it up again, the verification emails could be headed into your spam folder and not into your regular mail folder. So just check that out. And also, a reminder, make sure you've downloaded the 2 free weather apps, the Meteorologist Joe Cioffi weather app on Google Play or on the App Store, and Angry Ben's weather app, the Angry Weatherman, which is on Google Play, and hopefully soon it will be available for iPhones. All right, so let's start off with where we're going here over the next 5 days or so, or a little bit beyond that. And the overall weather pattern actually is relatively quiet. I was taking a look at some of the high temperature forecasts going forward, and it looks like we're going to be plus or minus a couple of degrees of seasonal over the next 5 to 7 days, except that we do have cold fronts coming along the way, and there is going to be a shot of cold air late next week that will be, let's call it, the coldest air of the season so far. It's actually going to be a fairly cold air mass coming down out of Canada. But for today, we've got great weather, temperatures topping out in the range of about 50 to 55 in most places. It'll be a little bit warmer down in Maryland and Northeast East Virginia, where it'll be in the upper 50s and low 60s. And for Sunday, will be a bit lower. Little wave is going by offshore, so when that goes by, a little reinforcement of chilly air comes in. So it'll be mostly upper 40s and low 50s on Sunday, but there should be a fair amount of sun for both days, and nothing more than a few patchy clouds every once in a while. Monday, we'll be back up into the low and mid 50s. Tuesday, we will probably see the warmest temperatures of the week, as we'll be in the low and possibly even the middle 60s, because we have another cold front coming through. That front goes by, back into the 50s on Wednesday. Then we have a stronger front for Thursday, and this is going to set us up. This is our first look for the end of next week. This is next Friday, where many areas are going to be having a tough time seeing temperatures getting out of the low to mid 40s. And there will be some areas as you go north, we're talking temperatures that won't be getting out of the 30s for daytime highs. So this is definitely going to be a pretty chilly air mass. The other thing is about the next 5 to 7 days is that the weather pattern is going to be relatively benign. If you would take a look at the upper air jet stream pattern, which I'm running backwards here. So this is our storm that we had on Thursday, and the upper low that lifted up into eastern Canada. But if you watch the overall flow here, it's pretty much a northwest flow with systems coming through every couple of days. And we have a rather deep trough coming in to New England on Thursday, Friday of next week, and this is going to bring down a solid shot of chilly air. And there's another one that follows behind that in the longer term. So as long as we're sitting in a northwest flow, we're going to see our temperatures here in the eastern part of the United States average. Much of the time, it's going to be below average. And looking at the above normal, below normal scheme with respect to temperatures, you can watch it this way. And I'm just starting it off with today. Below average, pretty much everybody east of the Rockies. And that kind of hangs on into Monday. And here comes the next cold front for Tuesday, next air mass for Wednesday into Thursday, which is not really overly chilly, but here's that push. See that big blue blob that comes down into the northern plains and spreads out into the eastern part of the U.S. for later next week and next weekend. And then there's one behind that that comes down in the longer term. So as long as we have this northwest flow, there will be colder air masses coming down, and temperatures are going to be averaging on the chilly side. And the other takeaway from all of this is the fact that we are probably not going to see too much in the way of storminess going forward, because looking at the upper flow, again, I'm just running it backwards to start it at the beginning, starting with our storm from Thursday, lifting up into Canada. It's a fairly strong flow that sets up from up north, up from Canada, and drives down into the eastern part of the United States. You have a ridge off the west coast. And more importantly, or possibly most importantly, is you have this trough that's down near 160 degrees west, which is near Hawaii. So when you have a deep trough there, it's going to want to make for deep troughs in the eastern part of the United States. So that's our longer term pattern. And if systems are coming down from the north, they tend to be weak in nature. And if they go by to our north, they're not going to have much moisture. So the bottom line is that we are in a bit of a calm, benign stretch here that is not going to produce very much in terms of storminess. We have a very good weekend with sunshine for everybody, and nothing more than a few patchy clouds from northeast Virginia to southern New England for today and tomorrow. It looks very good. Much of next week looks okay. If there's one day where there might be a shower, I would say if I had to pick one, it'd probably be with the front that comes through on Thursday, the leading edge of that much colder air for the end of next week. So thanks for being here on Weather in 5. Enjoy your weekend. Don't forget, live stream tomorrow morning on my YouTube channel, Joe Cioffi, at 10 a.m. Bring your coffee, your breakfast. And if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is free, you just need a Gmail address, you can participate in the chat, which goes on while the live stream is happening. And there's usually a nice crowd of folks on there, a crowd of regulars that get their fill of weather on a daily basis. Have a great day and a great weekend. We'll hopefully see you tomorrow. And we will have a Weather in 5, by the way, on Sunday, but we'll do it late in the day so that you have a heads up for the week ahead.